So Joe Biden and his henchmen are working very hard to block those audio tapes from being released. Remember the audio tapes with Robert Hur, the special counsel investigating Joe Biden's classified documents case? Robert Hur declared Joe Biden as virtually a senile old man who was sympathetic, elderly, with a poor memory. Those are direct quotes from all of this. Well, Joe Biden doesn't want them getting out. The House of Representatives is looking to investigate Joe Biden. They want these tapes. They want to hear what is on them. And it's imperative we hear what's on them because Joe Biden, in my opinion, is a national security risk. And most certainly the people have a right to hear these tapes. Well, lo and behold, guess what Joe Biden's doing? He's claiming executive privilege, of all things, as to why the Attorney General will not release these tapes to Congress. Executive privilege. The hypocrisy of this is sickening. This is the Attorney General.
We have gone to extraordinary lengths to ensure that the committees get responses to their legitimate requests. But this is not one. To the contrary, this is one that would harm our ability in the future to successfully pursue sensitive investigations.
Releasing the tape of Joe Biden in an interview would harm future investigations? I don't think so. You know what it may harm is the election coming up, because the audio would most certainly be released to the public, and it would show a man who is literally in a dementia-ridden state. That's what they're so afraid of. Snippets of this leaking out or getting out to the public, and the whole country seeing that this is not a good situation. Garland went on to claim this.
We have to go about our work following the federal principles of prosecution. As I said, we follow the facts and the law. We screen out outside inappropriate influences. That's what we're doing here. We're protecting our ability to continue to do high-profile and sensitive investigations, and we will continue to do that.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Now, let me tell you something. The Department of Justice didn't take great strides to prevent the leaks of anything related to President Trump. And forget about even leaks. They were lies that were coming out of the Justice Department. Not to mention, they made falsities up. They used the FISA court to weaponize the justice system against good conservatives associated with President Trump. So the Justice Department can't have it both ways. This is about the most hypocritical behavior I've ever seen. Here's Republican Elise Stefanik.
Joe Biden disregarded over 250 years of constitutional executive privilege when he orchestrated an unprecedented raid on President Trump's home to obtain presidential records that President Trump was allowed to have under the Presidential Records Act. Now, Joe Biden is hiding behind executive privilege to prevent the American public from hearing how he knowingly mishandled classified intelligence for personal financial gain.
Thank you. So here's what I'm calling for. Immediately, Attorney General Garland needs to be held in contempt of Congress. The Democrats would do this to us in a heartbeat. Oh, lo and behold, they have. Steve Bannon, Peter Navarro. Remember when others tried to claim executive privilege and the Democrats didn't want to hear any part of it. Joe Biden didn't want to hear any part of it. So this is James Comer saying what Republicans should be doing and are willing to do, and I believe they have the votes to do it.
Merrick Garland has obstructed our investigation time and time again. That's why later today, we plan, along with the House Judiciary Committee, to hold Merrick Garland in contempt of Congress. I mean, we're serious about trying to hold this administration and this family accountable for wrongdoing.
All right, so here's the thing. That hasn't happened yet. Will it happen soon? It must. Will it lead to a court case? Probably. Who cares? Let it fly right now. Start fighting again right now. So the DOJ insists Congress can't do this. I disagree with the DOJ, as does James Comer and other Republicans, which is why I say it may lead to court cases. Here's Speaker Johnson on the issue.
President Biden is apparently afraid for the citizens of this country and everyone to hear those tapes. They obviously confirm what the special counsel has found and would likely cause, I suppose, in his estimation, such alarm with the American people that the president is using all of his power to suppress their release. And rather than defend our closest ally at war, President Biden is using his authority to defend himself politically.
Let me play one more clip for you. This is Dan Bishop, congressman, during a weaponization of government hearing today on the Hill, talking about why we need to hear these tapes. Because this is really what is that? Is it about politics so we can release it and damage Joe Biden? Look, I'll be intellectually honest, a little bit. That's why I want the tapes. Nobody else may admit it, but I don't care. That's business. That's how politics work. It's a big boy game. The other aspect of this is that there's real national security implications to all of this. So let's roll Dan Bishop here.
Given that the evidence is contradicted by the special counsel and by the president as to the reason the president has escaped criminal prosecution for an obvious violation of statute, and because this committee sits by vote of the House of Representatives to conduct an inquiry about the potential impeachment of the president, this committee needs the demeanor evidence the same way any party would in any such matter being litigated.
So will we get it? We should.